Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Man United Talks. We are back for the season, properly back. Yes, I did some transfer reviews and stuff, but here we're here to properly talk about football. Okay, this is the Premier League predictions video. I'm pumped. I hope you're pumped because I got some interesting stuff. Some things I bet you just didn't see coming. I promise you that. Most of you, anyway. Some of you may. I don't know. By the way, we gained 3 subscribers in the last 2 days, so thank you guys for everything you've been doing. If you do enjoy this video, drop a like, subscribe, share it, comment, anything. You could literally say Manchester United are the greatest team ever, and I won't be upset. Banter. Anyway, you see, setup's more or less the same, but look, I'm back and I'm ready. I got a new logo now. If some of you that didn't realize, there's a new logo and a few other ideas I got coming to the channel, but those are for you to find out. Anyway, let's get into the predictions. I spent long enough on just jabbering, so anyway, let's get into it. First thing we're going to do is do the prediction of the league table from 20th to 1st, what places I believe certain people will come. And the first one is going to be who I believe is going to get relegated from 20th to 17th or 18th, sorry. I mean, it's just how I feel right now. So we got Cardiff. Cardiff, I feel like they're just going to come up and go straight back down. Sad to say, but I just don't think they have enough. And, you know, they're one of the teams that have did the least in the transfer window. But, you know, we just don't know, but my personal opinion, they're going down. We got Southampton. This was a tough decision for me because I like Southampton, but I can't, you know, just say I like them and that be that it. But, you know, Buffal's going on loan. They lost Tadic to Ajax. And I just don't feel like they're strong enough. They lost Van Dijk in January. They haven't been the same since. You know, they still got a couple of decent players in Ward-Prowse, who I think may leave. This might be his last season. If they go down, especially. They got Bertrand, who's decent, Fraser Forster, who's also decent, but I just don't think they have enough to stay up. The Premier League has stepped up a couple notches this summer, and it's going to be more competitive than ever. So, yeah. And Huddersfield, I maybe should have put Huddersfield in 18th because I think they'll put up a good fight. They got a solid squad with Aaron Moy at the center of it all, doing what he does best, and that's controlling and just being amazing. But I just don't think they have enough. I really don't think they have enough. They haven't done any major business in the summer, and they struggled last season. And I'm not 100% sure where they finished last season, but that's what I'm going with. So, sad to say, you know, it is sad to say. But let's move on to 17th through 8th, I believe I put it, or 7th. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll see you there. This is controversial. You can say what you like. You know, this is a lot of places that I went through, and it wasn't easy, and I might change my mind on some of these, but as for the video, this is what I think at this current moment in time, what it's going to look like. I think Fulham, they've strengthened heavily. They signed, what's the center mid name from Nice? I can't remember his name right now, but they signed a very good player in him. I've seen him play, and he's decent, and then they also signed a center half from Nice as well. I don't know if they got a little business going on there, but I think they've got just enough to stay up, especially Ryan Sessegnon, bright future. I mean, I don't know how heavily he's going to contribute, although I didn't believe he contributed to 17 goals in, I don't know how many appearances for Fulham last season, from the wing-back position and the left wing. So, I mean, I just think they'll be solid and strong enough to stay up. 16th, I'll go with Brighton. I think they'll stay up. I think they might finish higher. We just don't know. But Brighton, they're solid, man. They're just a solid team. They made a couple signings as well. They signed a striker from La Liga. I can't remember his name right now, but he's a solid dude. And I think that's more or less what they need because they got a big man in Glenn Murray, who's been up top, and he was beasting last season doing bits. But, you know, with the way the Premier League's moving, they can't just play that one-dimensional. And they got solid pieces, but I think he'll definitely, the striker they signed. And they got the other guy as well. They signed from Cologne. I can't remember his name. No, not Cologne. PSV. I can't remember his Dutch striker. Solid as well. But I just think they have enough to definitely make 16th. 15th place, I'll go with Bournemouth. Between 15th and 7th is probably 15th and 10th is probably where it gets hard for me, because I think it could all change, it could just go up and down, but we don't know. But I've gone with Bournemouth. They're solid. They could surprise me, but I don't think they've added on much either. Wait, no, they're in talks to sign Jefferson Lerma from Levante, who is a beast, has solid potential to control the midfield, sort of kind of like Doucouré in a sense, but no one's exactly the same. But I think they'll make 15th for sure. 14th, I went with Watford. They could surprise me as well. They got Deulofeu, Doucouré, who I just mentioned. They just lost for Charleston though, and he was a big part of what they did last season. But saying that, Deulofeu is gonna be massive in that team, and but I just feel that's the way it's gonna go. And yeah, I mean, Watford they're not getting relegated, but I think that's a good place for them. Now, this is the dark horse who I've put in this place in 13th. Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I know, this is their first time in the league in a while, but they got a solid team. And their coach is good. The coach is really good, man. What's his name? God. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember his name right now, but Nuno. Let's just say Nuno. I can't remember his last name. But he's a very good coach. Coach at Porto and in the Portuguese league. Just experienced, solid dude. He's got good staff around him as well. And they've signed Rui Patricio, who in my opinion is in the top 10, if not 15 goalkeepers in the world. João Moutinho. They got Jota. I don't know if he went back on loan. I mean, he went back to Atletico. I'm not 100% sure about that. But they got a solid team. Ruben Neves, who I'm surprised no one decided to purchase, which is just a joke. It's absolutely ridiculous. But Ruben Neves, absolutely solid. That's a team right there. That's a solid team, and I think they're gonna shock the world. I think they drew last season 0-0 in the League Cup to Man City in 90 minutes, and then they lost on penalties. So, hey, they're gonna show up. I believe that. And then in 12th, I put Newcastle. I elaborated way too long. I'm sorry. 12th, I got Newcastle, who the Newcastle. They're just gonna do it. I think they finished 10th last season. I believe they finished 10th last season. But I just think the Premier League strengthened so much. I don't see how they make it into the top 10. I just don't. But they could shock the world. They got didn't they just who'd they just sign? They just signed a striker, right? Or is it a center back? I know they signed a center back, but I think they signed a striker as well. I'm not 100% sure, but Rafa Benitez, as much as he's going through trials and tribulations at that club, he is a pragmatic, smart man who does what he needs to do. He knows his team well. So I'm gonna predict that they smash it out the park. I'm gonna say they finish 12th for sure. And that's just the top and bottom of it, really. Some people might disagree with this next one, but 11th I've gone with Leicester. Just simply Leicester. I mean, God, okay, stop vibrating. Leicester. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so in 11th, I've gone with Leicester, who a lot of people might be shocked by that, but I'm not. I'm not shocked at all. Obviously, I put the prediction, but they're a solid team. But with the loss of Mahrez, that's huge. They managed a bit without Conte, but they were nothing like what they were as that big three. But I mean, 11th, I've gone with Leicester. Jamie Vardy is going to do bits. They got Adrian Silva and Diddy, who is good. He is good. He will be picked up by a top side very soon, I believe. Kasper Schmeichel, one of the best goalkeepers at the World Cup. And they got a few other pieces. Who... Damari Gray, great, bright future, but I don't need to explain myself. It's there. I'm going to say 11th. Number 10, Burnley. Burnley. They finished 7th, 8th last season, I believe. Dude, they're just going to do it again. I don't believe they'll make Europe. I think their closest chance at Europe was last season. But the way the Premier League strengthened, I'm going to say they come 10th. I think they're about to sign Joe Hart. They signed. Who did they sign? They signed someone. Was it a center back? Or. Oh, I can't remember. Speaking of center backs, Leicester signed Johnny Evans, so that's big as well. But Burnley, they signed someone, I can't remember who it was, but I believe they're going to come 10th because Sean Dyche knows what he's doing. He's also pragmatic, and he has a system that he buys players that love to play that system, and it works beautifully. So that's that. Number 9, Crystal Palace. Crystal Bloody Palace. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? They got a solid team as well. They spent some cash. Wilfried Zaha, knock on wood, he won't get injured this season. He's just a top talent, not in just the Premier League, but in football. I would say he's easily in the top 100 players that play football. That's a bit blunt, or not blunt, broad, but it's the truth. And they got Maximilian Meyer on his contract expiry from Schalke. They're solid. They're solid, and I think they'll play a bit of a more attacking, way of football. It's kind of weird to say that they'd finish in 9th, considering they lost their first 10 games last season, and they still stayed up. But that's a group of players who have potential to do something great. Now at number 8, I've gone with West Ham because, really and truthfully, not having to do anything with their signings, but I've gone with West Ham because of Manuel Pellegrini. Manuel Pellegrini plays somewhat of a similar style to Arsene Wenger's prime type football. Or I say the Arsenal team of 2013. The type of football they play was good, and he plays that same type of football where you get it wide, play the fullbacks in behind, and makes it great. And I have a lot of faith in them finishing in the top 8 this season. Arnautovic is only going to get better. I know he's 28 now, but he's in his prime, or close to it anyway. And if he plays up top like he was, it's no stopping him. No, not for any of the teams below where I put West Ham anyway. He's quality, absolute top notch. Lanzini coming back from his injury is going to be immense. Michail Antonio, who really didn't feature enough in my personal opinion last season. They still got Chicharito, but that's a solid side. Don't question it. At number 7, Everton. I just think they'll top the pack of the rest. Everton, Richarlison, what's his name? The manager, Marco Silva. Guy's brilliant. The guy is brilliant. I don't think they're going to make Europe, but the guy is brilliant. It looks like Everton are now in the front seat to sign Yerry Mina, so that would be huge. They just loaned Ashley Williams out to the Championship. But they definitely got something going on. And I just think, yeah, pretty much. I think, yeah. I'm not going to elaborate. Now let's move on to 6 through, I think it's 6th and 5th, I believe I put. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know this is controversial, guys. Forgive me. I know I'm going to get some hate. If I do, I'll take it. I'll accept it with open arms. But this is just how I feel. Simply just how I feel. Now, you can put into your head what you think the top 4 is at the moment, but this is what I'm going with. Chelsea finishing 6th and Spurs 5th. Chelsea, no, I just don't think they're good enough, simply. They're solid, and I could see Spurs or Chelsea finishing 5th or 6th, but I just think Chelsea, after I haven't seen the Community Shield properly, but what I saw, the way they conceded goals against that City side was not good. It was only 2-0, but still. I just don't think it's a solid enough team. Although I don't know what formation Sarri is going to play at Chelsea. I didn't see what formation, but I assume he's going to play 4 at the back, so that could change. But I don't think there was no real additions to that team apart from Jorginho, which could be a bigger influence than I perceived. But I just don't think they're going to make the top 4. Spurs, simply for the same reason as well. Spurs have added no one to the squad. I don't know if Pochettino's that happy or if Daniel Levy's just doesn't give two craps about adding to the team if he thinks they're that good, but obviously they're not that good because they didn't win the league. But yeah, I mean Spurs, they got Harry Kane, who I don't think is gonna win the Golden Boot this year. Shocker. Um, but no. If you aren't gonna add anything to a team that didn't come in, did they finish in the top three? I don't believe they finished in the top three. But you're telling me you're not gonna add anything? Okay, they finished third. They need more. They need more, in my opinion. So that's why I've kept them out of the top four. No, I'm gonna just put 4-1 straight up on the board, and you can tell me how you feel about it. Here we go. Boom. I think Arsenal's back in this. I'm gonna say Arsenal come forth because they have made some big strides to do better this season. The biggest thing for me that they've done this off season or this summer is sign Socrates from Borussia Dortmund. He's quick, he's strong, he gets up, he can head the ball well. That's massive because they haven't had a defender that is world class in so long. Koscielny was good, he wasn't world class. Mustafi is all right. He didn't even make it to the World Cup. No, that's huge. That's huge. But knowing Unai Emery, he's definitely gonna do something massive with that team. The way he managed Sevilla, then at PSG, they're gonna be playing some good stuff, man. And Aubameyang, oh boy, he's gonna smash it. I'm so afraid. That's the team I'm most scared to play this year. I'm not scared to play Liverpool. I'm not scared to play Chelsea, Spurs, City. No, I'm not. Or let's say I'm less afraid anyway than Arsenal. Lacazette, Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, Mesut Ozil, Socrates, Kolasinac. Kolasinac is a beast, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, let's move on. That's why they're coming forth. Liverpool, same thing, only different. Here's what I think. Why I think Liverpool will finish in third above Arsenal. Arsenal are inconsistent, and I think they're gonna spend this season knocking out that inconsistency, and then they'll probably be consistent next season. But I think they'll spend this season getting rid of that inconsistency. But I think Liverpool overall are more consistent than Arsenal. But Mo Salah, Roberto Firmino, Mane. Well, they strengthened their midfield with Keita and Fabinho. Van Dijk, Matip, they got a good team, and they signed Alisson. They got a good team, and we'll see what happens. Liverpool coming third. City and United. City, they're the second best team in the league. I think United are gonna scrape their way to first place. They're gonna absolutely scrape the bottom of the barrel to get to first place. It's not gonna be pretty. I have no faith that it'll be pretty. Preseason has been no indication that it'll be pretty. Saying that, we haven't had Pogba, we haven't had Lukaku, we haven't had Jesse Lingard. Why did I say his whole name? There's potential. And I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, I spent 20 minutes on that. Jeez Louise. Oh my god. Okay. Let's move on quickly and get out of here. Now we're going to go on to what is the Golden Glove, the top assister, and the Golden Boot. I don't know if there's another name for top assister, but it just felt right to say top. I don't know. Anyway, I've gone with Big Dave to get the Golden Glove because he is the genius. And United are we're not going to concede goals. I think the most goals we conceded last season was... I don't even know. I don't know what our biggest defeat was last season. It wasn't huge, though. I can't remember. I don't think we conceded 3 goals without scoring. I can't even think. No, I don't think so. Anyway, Gold Glove goes to Big Dave because he's the best in the world, and his defense, God willing, Alderweireld is completed within the next 48 hours, as said. then we'll be good to go. Top assister, I've gone with Mesut Ozil. Simply because Arsenal are just gonna play some good football, and if I'm going with Ozil as the top assister, there's only one guy that's gonna be the top goal scorer, and that is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, he scored in every game, didn't he? I believe. Let me. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he scored in every game he played. Although he only came in January, but the guy's good. The guy is unbelievable. His positioning, his pace, and he is what he is. I would say he's the closest thing we've had to Gareth Bale since Gareth Bale left the Premier League in terms of just pace and finishing ability. Obviously, Gareth Bale has a different playing style, but I just mean the simple putting fear into people because of the pace and movement that he has is that's it. Aubameyang, I'm predicting he's going to get the golden boot. And that about does it for all things to do with the league and all that stuff. Now, let's move on to strictly United things. Obviously, I've predicted United are going to win the league. That's controversial, but let us move on to the individual United competitions. So, I've got the League Cup, also known as the Carabao Cup, up there. I got the FA Cup and the Champions League. Now, let's just do this simply. I've predicted that Manchester United will reach the final of the League Cup. I think we have to reach the final of the League Cup. I've also predicted that we will reach the final of the FA Cup. How likely that is, I don't know. But I think we'll definitely reach the final of one of those. And I think we'll win one of them, if I'm going to be honest with you. And I watched Stephen Howson the other day talk about the Champions League, and he said that the goal for Champions League is to just do better than we did last year, and I completely agree. And I don't expect us to go to a semi-final or a final or win the thing, but I think improving on what we done last year should be the primary objective. And I've predicted we're going to make the quarterfinal because I refuse to believe that we could do any worse than we did last season. So I'm going to say United make it to the quarterfinal of the Champions League. But for the sake of argument, I'm going to say United win the FA Cup. I'm going to say we win the FA Cup. That's about it. So, yep, that about does it. And recently, I've just seen on my phone, Axel Tuanzebe has signed for Aston Villa on loan. So that's interesting. We can talk about that in transfer talk a bit later. But that's it for me, guys. It's been my predictions. This is a long video. God. Alright, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a like and subscribe. Comment if you have anything you want to say. If you have any predictions you think I was wrong, call me out, man. I'm here to have conversation. That's why we're here. But yeah, my preview for Leicester. God, the Premier League starts on Friday. I'm so excited. My preview for Leicester should be out Thursday. I'm going to say it's going to be out on Thursday. No. It'll be out on... Well, yeah, it'll be out on Thursday. Okay, yeah, it'll be out on Thursday. Alright, guys, hope you did enjoy. If you did, I already said all that stuff. Anyway, it's been your boy Dave. It's been Man United Talks. Deuces.